Hey guys, what's up? This is B coming to you from Guns and Accessories today. I know why you're here. I know what you're looking for. That's what you want, right? You want some 22 LR. So in this video today, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some techniques. And I'm going to show you some techniques so that you can score some of this 22 LR for yourself. There's going to be lots of methods and techniques that I'm going to show you today. So just sit back, relax, have pen and paper ready to go because I'm going to give you a whole bunch of notes on how to score some 22 LR. Before I get into these techniques, there's a few things that I want to talk to you about. And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching at you today, but this is such an emotional topic of scoring 22 LR that I want to give some words of encouragement before I start giving you and showing you some of these techniques. So first of all, some of these techniques that I'm going to show you, you're going to say, well, that's crazy, or that's just too much work. But my purpose today is to show you how to score 22. That's why you're here. That's what you want to know. So I'm going to show you how to do this. You know, I see people sometimes on forums saying they just can't get 22. And I understand there may be some situations, maybe where somebody lives a long ways away from even Walmart or anything like that. And I understand maybe sometimes there's cases where people can't do that. But most of the time when people say they can't score 22, it's because they're not really trying. They're not really trying. At a certain point in my life, after I had two of my kids, I had a pretty low-paying job, and I decided that, you know what, instead of me whining for the rest of my life about having a low-paying job, I decided I better do something about this. I better change the situation so that I won't have to whine about this for the rest of my life. So with 2 kids, I went back to school, went back for another 4 full years and got my degree so that I could have a better paying job. And not only that, now that I have mine, we're working my wife through college. Now we have 4 kids. We're working her through so that she can get a job also. My point is if you really want something, you're going to work to get it. And if you want 22 LR, that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. Now, there's going to be some people who are going to say, well, don't give everybody all these techniques, you know, and don't show everybody this, but I'm not giving you a magic bullet in what I'm showing you today. What you're going to have to do today is you're going to have to take what I'm showing you and practice it. You're going to have to use this, and it's not just a magic bullet. You're going to have to learn how to use these and develop your technique with these things. So it's like me trying to teach somebody to play guitar. I can show a person how to play guitar, I can show them all the techniques. But if they don't practice that, and if they don't really try those, it's never going to amount to anything for them. And so same thing is true with me showing you these techniques today. I'm going to show you how to do it and some different avenues to be able to score it, but it's still going to take some work on your part to do it. You're still going to have to wake up early sometimes. You're going to have to make some trips to the store sometimes that you wouldn't have otherwise made. You're going to have to maybe stay up watching a website for a while. Like I said, it's not a magic bullet. You're still going to have to work to be able to score this 22, even with all the techniques that I'm going to show you today. Now, one other thing before I get into these techniques is I want to say this, is that most of these techniques that I've learned, I didn't develop these myself. These are things that I have learned from other people. And so I'm just giving you the techniques that they have given me. So I've learned a lot from Mr. Troy Hunter. I learned about the Walmart hack, the Walmart website hack. I've learned from Pistol Pete. I've learned from Methem 88, from Duffy 112, from H&RE 42, from Colossal Ammo and Jack Ammo that have showed these techniques. Is what I'm doing is just taking these and I'm kind of doing a compilation of a lot of these techniques, just putting them in one place here so that you will have a good resource for how to find 22 LR. So let's go ahead now and jump into some of the techniques that you can use to find some 22 LR. Now, some of these things I'm gonna talk to you about are just common sense things, but I'm a high school math teacher, and I've found out in the years that I've been teaching that sometimes common sense is not so common, and so I want to give you, and some of these things are going to be common sense things. So some of these things you may say, why are you even telling me that? But I'm giving you the different techniques, the different things that I've tried to do to help me to be able to score some 22. Okay, first technique is to check the flyers in your area. If you live in a bigger city where you have Gander, Cabela's, Academy, Dick's Sporting Goods, any of those type of stores, check those flyers, watch those flyers, and see what they're saying and pay attention to those. Now, don't ever just assume because the flyer says that 22 is going to be available on this day that it is. Call in and ask them and see if it is going to be there on that day. So another thing to go along with that is talk to the people in those stores and learn when the shipments come in. Ask them when do the trucks come in. So, for instance, and I'll talk about this more in a little bit, but for Cabela's, Gander, Academy, I have those stores that are close to me, but they're an hour away. So I don't get to go there a whole lot, and I certainly can't just run there in the morning for any of those stores. Those are kind of a once-a-month type trip for me. But I know at the Academy that I can go to, I've talked to those guys there, and they get in shipments on Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and Friday morning. And the guy explained it to me like it's like Christmas. They never know what they're going to get in. They don't know if they're going to get 22 in or not. But I know that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday that they're going to get those shipments in. So if I try to go on Sunday and try to get into 22, their last shipment came in on Friday, it's going to be gone. It's really not even worth my time to go on Sunday because I know that it's just going to be gone. So you need to know when those shipments come in. So that kind of leads me to my next point is in those stores that you're at is build up relationships with the people that you're dealing with there. You know, the guy who's in charge of ammo, who's the one who's going to be putting it out. You're better off if you make a good and build up a good relationship with that guy so that you can possibly get some inside info and so that maybe he'll be able to help you in different areas. Whereas if you go in there every time and you're just rude to him every time and just treat him like he's stupid every time that you deal with him, he's going to be less willing to deal with you. And so, you know, it's better for you to try to build up a relationship with those people. And then, so another thing that kind of goes along with that is think about this. Say, for instance, one of these techniques, you know that there's going to be ammo at a place, and they're like 50-round boxes. Think about this. Is it worth getting into a fight with somebody at the store over a 50-round box and losing the relationship with them whenever there may be a 1,000-round box that's going to come in tomorrow? Think about those types of things. Is it worth me fighting over a 50-round box of Remington? Most of the time it's not. Sometimes, and I've had to do this sometimes, is just cut your losses. You know, if you've tried several things, it's better to cut your loss on a 50-round box and then not be able to deal with that person later on a 1,000-round box. Now, I know there's some times where the people who work there are just belligerent and they get on power trips sometimes, and it's just hard to deal with them regardless. But if you can build a relationship with those people, do that, because it will help you in the long run. So check your flyers in your area. Look for those things, and they'll sometimes run ads on. They'll be having some 22 ammo during different times. Like Walmart, what was it, in early October? They had a sale that went on that very few people knew about, and they had a sale. They had 22 LR. And they had some ZQI ammunition from Turkey that they had on sale. There wasn't many people who knew about that. But if you're paying attention for those flyers and different things, there may have been more people who would have known about that. Okay, next technique is to use GunBot.net. All right, so that's what this website is right here. And I've already created an account. If you haven't, I'm sure let me just log out here real quick. Okay, so you can sign up to have an account. It's completely free. You can make a donation and you get something extra. And I did that a long time ago, and I don't remember what it was. It was just for a few bucks, so it was worth it to me. I don't remember what it was, but you can just get this free and really get everything that everybody else does. So, oops, not sign up. Okay, so I'm just going to log into my account here. And I'm going to click on 22LR. So once I've clicked on 22LR, you see that it brings up this whole list of different places where 22LR has come into stock. And so you can see the description on it. You can see the price per round, the price per brick or whatever it's coming in, and it tells you if it's in stock or out of stock. And if it's a high demand thing, like if M22 came in at a reasonable price, this may say in stock, but it may be out of stock just very, very quickly. And then it'll tell you the company that has that. So PSA stands for Palmetto State, Cabela's, SGMO. Some of these are just different websites. You'll see Gander on here as well, but it'll have all these different from these different companies having these different sales. Okay, now if you go into your settings on this, okay, you just clicked on settings up here. It's what I did is I went in here and I set up a certain trigger or a certain price per round that I want to be alerted to. So on 5.56, 28 cents a round, but on 22LR I've set it for 9 cents. Okay, so I have that as my trigger. Now up here you can see alert sound 1, alert sound 2. Okay, so if some 22LR comes across the wire that's 9 cents or cheaper, it'll play this sound for me. Okay, pretty easy. Or I can have this one. So you can set up that alert. And I've used this, and I've scored some stuff on this before, but that you definitely want to do that. So you want to save your sound settings there, save your price per round, go back to main, and then make sure when you go back to main that you pay attention that it takes you back to just the home screen. Make sure you click back on 22LR. The next technique to be able to find some 22 is to set up a WikiArms alert. So I don't know what the difference is here, but sometimes GunBot will alert me to something that WikiArms doesn't, and then vice versa. Sometimes WikiArms will tell me about something that GunBot.net doesn't, and I'm not sure why. Sometimes they alert you to the same one, and sometimes both of them completely miss them. So, but as you set up more and more of these techniques, you set up a wider and wider net that can catch a bigger selection here. So if you go over to WikiArms, and I'll have a link in the description to all these different websites I'm talking about, but if you'll go over to wikiarms.com and you can set up an email alert. Now on this, you're going to have to set up an account here. This is free as well. So just set up your account, and you want to go to email alerts, and it's what we're going to do here is I'll just delete this one, and I'll just add a new one here to show you what we're doing. So you want to go to caliber, and we're talking about 22LR here. So this is going to be the price that I want per round. So I'm going to put in 0.09. So 9 cents, that's really the max of what I want to pay for anything. So I set up that alert, and so now I've got an alert that's for 22 caliber, and that's my price per round at 9 cents. Now when you set up your account, you'll set up your main email address. And so now if any 22LR comes across the wire, across WikiArms here, it will send me an alert to my email address. And actually, WikiArms, I think, catches more than GunBot most of the time, I think. So WikiArms, to me, I've caught a lot more from WikiArms than I have from GunBot. But again, setting up as wide a net as possible as we can here. But set this up. Make sure when you set up your account that it's going to your main email account, so that those will come to your email account, so they'll come to your phone, and so that you can check on that as it comes in. And I haven't said this, but I mentioned a second ago, if there's desirable stuff that comes in, like say M22 comes in, and it comes in at around $50 per thousand, that stuff is going to fly off of the e-shelves. It's going to go very, very quickly. And so you need to be ready to take advantage of that, because if it comes into Gander online, or if it comes into Cabela's online, you're going to have to be absolutely ready to pull the trigger. So while we're talking about that, let me go ahead and talk about Gander here for a little bit. And actually all of these in general. Gander, Cabela's, any of these places where you can order online. Here I've got Gander open. I just Google, I Google Gander rimfire, go over here, and you can see right now all they have is just this shot shell stuff. But they'll have it listed right here for what they have in stock. Now, several things I want to say about these websites. First thing is, at least on Gander and Cabela's, you can ship that stuff to your local store and not pay shipping. And a lot of times shipping is what kills the deal, where it puts it way too much as price per round. But if you can ship it to a local Gander or Cabela's, then if you ship it to the store, you have free shipping. And also you can look for this type of stuff right here. See this deal? Gander's doing free shipping, no minimum for the holidays. So right now, anything from Gander, you can have it shipped free to your house. So pay attention for those kind of deals. But Gander and Cabela's, I know for sure on those two, you can ship it to the store and not have to pay shipping. Now, you may say, well, I don't live very close to a Gander or Cabela's, and I don't either. I live an hour away. And I don't get down there a whole lot. I drive through that town once a month, but I just don't get down there a whole bunch. But if you'll ship it to either one of those stores, they can basically hold on to it in that store for a very long time. Cabela's tells you that they'll keep it for 2 weeks, but I've had some 22 that stayed at Cabela's for more than 2 weeks, and they had it in the back, no problem, just fine. Now, Gander doesn't even tell you they have any kind of a time limit for you to be able to pick it up. Whenever I was really when I really got in on this ammo game, I wanted to know how to order something through Gander, because I had missed a huge thing that came through Gander. And so I was mad at myself because I missed that, because I didn't know how to go through the checkout process. So I went all the way through the checkout process, and I ordered me one little box of 7.62 by 39, just $5. And I thought, even if I ship it to Gander and I don't ever get down there to get it, $5, no big deal. Well, I shipped it to that Gander, and I don't remember how long it was, but it was a very, very long time after they got it. It was probably 2 months, or I don't know, 2 to 3 months that they had it sitting in that Gander store, and I eventually got by there, for the $5 box of ammo. I just never really tried to make a big effort to get there. 2 or 3 months later, I went there, and they had it right there behind the counter still. If you're not in a rush to get this 22, ship it to those stores. And, if it's going to be another month or 5 or 6 weeks before you're able to get there, then that's fine. They're not going to have any kind of problem with that. Or I've not had a problem with that, like I said, with my Gander and my Cabela's that are an hour away from me. So that kind of brings me to another point on this. Like I said a second ago, if stuff comes in stock, it's going to sell out very quickly. Like if M22 comes in stock at Gander, it's going to sell out within just a few minutes. It's going to be gone, because people are watching that. It's reasonable at Gander. You can have it shipped to the store. You can get it for a pretty good price. So it's what I suggest you do is do like I did, is go in and put something very cheap in your basket at Gander. Go in and put in a $5 box of ammo. Go buy some 7.62 by 39 or something. Put that in your shopping cart and go completely through the checkout process all the way to clicking submit order or whatever it says, so that you know exactly how to go through that checkout process. Because if you're sitting there and all of a sudden your GunBot.net alerts you that M22's at Gander, and you're there fumbling around not knowing how to get through the checkout process, you're going to lose. You are going to be out of luck, because there's people who know that frontwards and backwards, and they will know how to get through the checkout process, and you're going to be stranded. It's going to be out of stock. Okay, so that brings me to another point. If you're comfortable with this, and I understand some people are not, and I understand why you're not comfortable with this, but if you're comfortable with it, store your credit card information on those websites. Okay, store it there so that you're not having to put that information in again whenever you're going through the checkout process. Make sure that's stored in there. And on top of that, make sure you know that 3-digit code on the back of your card. Because some of these, I think Gander requires you to put in that 3-digit code. Cabela's doesn't. But you need to know that 3-digit code so you're not getting through all the way through the checkout process and you get down to the very end and you have to have that security code and then you're fumbling for your wallet or looking for that card. Know that 3-digit code so that you can throw that in there and that you can check out very, very quickly. Okay, next thing is check the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 forum. Okay, and I'll have a link here. And right here they have their official in-stock 22 ammo thread. So if you click on the last page here, just go to the last page and you can come down here and check and see what's in stock. This is not going to be one of those things that's going to be real up to date. I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes people throw it in there as quickly as possible. But for the guys who are going to put anything on this forum are trying to get the ammo themselves most of the time. And they're going to be going through the checkout process. And then if there's anything left in stock after they get done, then they're going to put a post here on this thread here. So this one's not going to be the most up to date that you can find, but I have scored some stuff sometimes from stuff that I've found here on the Smith & Wesson forum. So use this forum because, like I said, I have scored some stuff from that in the past. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is Page Monitor. Okay, this is a Chrome extension. So in Google Chrome, you can get this extension that will alert you if something changes on a page. And this is something I found out from trying to score an electronic device, trying to get the Nexus 6, which I ended up not getting. That it's too expensive, but I was trying to use this Chrome extension to help me to get that phone, and I've tried to figure out how to make this work with 22 with getting ammo, and I'm still haven't figured out exactly how to do it, but I think I'm kind of close. But I want to show you this technique as well. So over here on Google, I just Googled Midway rimfire. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to Midway. I've scored some 22 here on Midway. Sometimes the shipping is reasonable. Okay, so if you go over here to Midway, it has all this out-of-stock stuff. You really don't want to see any of that. You may want to click on back order OK so that you can put in a back order and then update your results there. All right, so there you can see all the stuff that's in stock or that's okay for you to back order from Midway. Now over here on Google Chrome, I went, downloaded the Page Monitor Google Chrome extension, and I've got it right here. Now, it's what I'm going to do is, now that I'm on the exact page that I want, this is the in-stock rimfire or back order OK. That's all that's showing up right here. So if I go over to this Page Monitor, click on that, and I can click Monitor this page. And it's what it's going to do is it's going to wait for anything to change. So if anything goes out of stock, like if this Ely stuff goes out of stock and it's no longer there and it goes away, then it's going to alert me that that's gone. So that doesn't help me. But if something new comes in stock, then it'll tell me about that. So in this page monitor, I can right click on that, go to options, and I can set here, I can do several things with this. But I can set a desktop notification. I can also set a sound alert so that if that changes and it shows a change on a Page Monitor, that it'll chime and then I can go and check that real quick. Okay, so let me show you another thing that I've kind of found out with this Page Monitor is let's say just Google M22 Gander Mountain. Okay, you won't be able to find that if you just go to Gander Mountain's website, but if you Google M22 Gander Mountain, then it's going to show up here. All right, and so we can go to Page Monitor, and I can monitor this page. And so then now it's monitoring this, and it's waiting for this to change from sold out to in stock, where I can add it to my cart and where I can buy it. Okay, so the other main way to score from Walmart, the main way for me is through the Walmart app. Okay, so, and this is for Android. I don't think that the Walmart app for iOS, for your iPad or iPhone, I don't think that it works like what it does on Android. Okay, but if I click on the Walmart app, and I go to search, and of course mine shows up, first thing is 22LR. So if you'll just search 22LR. Alright, sometimes that kind of acts goofy. But if I'll search 22LR, it's going to show me some of the standard 22LR stuff. Like here's the Fed Red. And this stuff hasn't showed up for months and months now, so I don't know when we're ever going to see this again. But you can see right there it says out of stock. So that means that it's not at the store right now. Alright. This one, I looked at it a little bit ago, and you can see here, it shows availability unknown. When it shows availability unknown, that means that it's at the store, and generally 22LR is never going to show in stock. Sometimes it does. It did with this stuff after this stuff sat in the store for a while. But most of the time it's going to say availability unknown. When you see this, you know very likely that it's in the store. Now, the Walmart app sometimes does give false readings. Sometimes it shows stuff that's there that's just simply not there. But most of the time, if you see that, that's going to alert you that that stuff is in stock at Walmart. So you can go through here and check all of these and see if that's... So that one's not even carried at this Walmart. The CCI Minimag stuff is out of stock. But you can use the Walmart app to check that. Now, there's some of the 22LR that does not show up here in the app. So the way that you can check is by using the barcode scanner here. So now that's going to take me over here to a document that I created that has the barcodes for most of the major standard 22LR. Now, some of this stuff, Walmart doesn't carry it at all. And that's one thing you're going to learn as you do this, is you're going to learn what Walmart does carry and what they don't carry. But I have this document that I use every day. I'm checking for 22LR. Okay, so here's what I do. Let me see if I can reposition. Okay, so with this document, here's what I do. I've got my Walmart app open. I'm going to click on barcode scanner here. And I'm going to click on the Fed Red there. And you can see how that shows up. Okay, again, we saw that a second ago. It shows out of stock. But what if you have M22? Okay. M22 does not show up on the Walmart app. So it's what I would do with that is to check and see if it's in stock. I would do the same thing. And you can see there it's out of stock at that store. So the M22 is not in stock there, but that's how you can check to see if that stuff is in stock, is by using your Android smartphone. Okay? Then another thing I suggest is taking... If you know something's in stock, like if I know this M22 is in stock, take this barcode with you to Walmart so that when you get there, you can have them scan that, okay? And, well, really, I can make a whole video about the technique to use as you deal with Walmart. And I have another video that talks about some lessons that I learned as I had an ammo fail there at Walmart. But if you know something's in stock, if you know M22 is in stock, take this barcode with you. You need it because sometimes you're going to run into people at Walmart who don't want to give this ammo up. And if you have the barcode, you're putting yourself at a little better advantage to be able to score that stuff. Or if you know Winchester 555 is in stock, take this barcode with you so that they can scan it. Or you can scan it yourself and you can know what's in stock. Or maybe you can see that maybe the Walmart app was wrong. But But take these barcodes with you, and I'll have a link in the description to this video where you can go and download these barcodes so that you can have those, and so you can be able to scan those in your Walmart app like I was showing you there. Okay, those are basically the techniques I want to show you today. I know other guys have other techniques, have different things that they know how to do. Those are basically the techniques that I use to be able to score ammo. I live in a town where there is one Walmart. And like I said, my Gander, Cabela's, Academy, they're an hour away from me. So even with just that one Walmart, I'm able to score plenty of 22 ammo. And I'm able to get it. And I'm able to get it. But I do work at it. I do put in time. I do make extra trips to Walmart. I do get up early sometimes to get it. I have stayed up all night watching websites to be able to get it. And again, I know some people are going to say that's too much work. But again, I'm going to say to you, if you want it, if you really want it, then you're going to do that. You're going to put in the time and effort it takes for you to be able to get this 22 ammo. Again, this is B from Guns and Accessories today. Hope this helps. Hope you're able to score some 22. Stay safe.